I'm fairly certain that I've built the perfect driver, at least for this mere mortal. Part of it is this new Ping 10K Max head. The other part of it is this beautiful Brava BGT Speedlight NRG shaft. This combination, I have found something absolutely magic. And today I'm gonna put it to the test out here on course at Carrollwood Country Club in beautiful Tampa. We're gonna see not only how long this thing is, but how forgiving it is and how consistent it is.
Before we start testing, let me just tell you how this driver came to be. So it started at the PGA Tour Superstore. I tried all the 2024 drivers and the Ping stood out to me, especially when my first 3 shots landed within just a couple of yards of each other. It was incredible. And with the Ping 2.0 counterbalance shaft, I really like the spin I was getting out of this driver. But the shaft can always get better, and I recently did a video with Adam over at Elite Fit Golf, and he recommended this Brava BGT NRG shaft. Wow, wow, wow. I tried it with my Kirkland Signature driver, 199 driver head, and it was performing almost as good as some of the big boys. And so I had it re-tipped by my friends over at the PGA Tour Superstore, and we've got a Ping tip on it so I can try it with this 10K driver. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully I've built myself the perfect driver.
All right, first shot here. I've got my Garmin G80 there. Give us a little launch data as well as the GPS yardages so we know how far these balls went. Have I built myself a super driver? We're gonna find out. Oh boy, so straight, just a little baby draw, but dead down the middle. I've got a club head speed of 102. My ball speed was 148. My smash 1.46. My estimated carry 240. You know I got to hit another one of those. A little higher up on the club face, and I got a much higher launch. That one's pretty straight, so it's going to find maybe even the right rough on this little dog leg left. Club head speed was 99. My ball speed was 139. My smash was 1.4 even. My estimated carry there 216. So a big difference between those two swings. The promise of the 10K, of course, is that on those off-center hits, you're still not going to lose as much distance and you're not going to miss as many fairways. Now, what's impressive to me about this driver shaft combination is not the distance, because so many drivers nowadays are going to give you very, very good distance. They're all going to be around, let's say, 5 to 10 yards of each other, one way or the other. But what this driver does so well is the consistency. Not only is that 10K face uber forgiving no matter where you put it on the club face, but the shaft combination, it's giving me very consistent ball flight in terms of both peak height, looks to be the same almost every shot. And then on top of it, the draw I'm putting on these shots is very tight and it's like the same shot trace every time. Boring golf almost, but I'll take that kind of boring golf any day of the week. So I'm loving the consistency I'm getting out of this thing. Still looks like really good distance to me. Like I said, I hit that high up on the club face. Wow, 267. There's my yellow Legato ball. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about these balls in a bit. I know I've gotten a lot of questions about them, but we're talking clubs at the moment, and impressive on an off-center hit. It was just about 2 yards right of this dog leg left fairway into the rough, but not a bad place to be, honestly. Pretty forgiving result. And of course, this was my first one. That's impressive, 272. Oh, I love to see that. I love to see that. So we didn't lose a whole ton of yards, even though that first one was dead in the middle and that second one was a little bit towards the toe and a little bit high up on the club face. That was 2 really good, really nice results for the first swings of the day with the driver. I haven't hit any other drivers here yet. We're gonna go to hole number 2 here and continue to test. Shorter par 4. So when you hit a good drive, you can be in wedge range, and that's exactly what I'm hoping to do here. Cut a little of this corner on this dog leg left. Let's see what we can do. Oh boy. I mean, that's as good of ball flight as I've seen out of anything in the last 5 years I've been doing this show. Club head speed was 100, ball speed 148, smash 1.47, the estimated carry there 239. That one was off the toe and it might have even been better. It's getting a little bit more draw and working down that fairway really nicely. And for a shot that was hit in here towards the toe, We had club head speed 98, ball speed 145, and listen to this, smash factor 1.48. The estimated carry is 231. That's going to be better. And that had a little bit more spin rolling over, at least. So we're going to get some more distance there on the ground as well. I can't wait to find out where these two went. So far, so good with this driver. It feels great. The launch is perfect in terms of height of this thing, and everything about it so far is perfect as well. And the results are going to speak for themselves. I stand corrected because the second one wasn't quite as far as the first one. The launch monitor was right. This ended in a divot, so I wonder if I could have got a little bit more roll, but 254, we're gonna take that. But you won't believe this first one. Now, you gotta remember 254 was off the toe, pretty severely toe side. But this is nearly uncharted territory. I think the TSR3, I was here once with this, but for the most part, uncharted territory for my golf game without a lot of wind behind me, which there isn't right now. It's pretty darn calm. 276. Oh man. And yeah, it's in the fairway also. I have, oh gosh, 65 yards into that green. It's just astonishing how accurate this Ping 10K is. And then paired with this shaft, this is just next level. Now on this hole, I'm not gonna be testing distance. We will measure the distance, but I'm really gonna be testing the workability of this Ping 10K head. When you've got an uber forgiving head where you pretty much can miss it anywhere and still get a great result like we're seeing, usually with that lax is a little bit of workability, and pros and lower handicap players want that workability. They wanna be able to move the ball left and right on command. I'm gonna hit a fade shot, which goes against my normal shot shape of a draw. We'll see if I can work this from the left side of the fairway, cut it back into the center. The reason I'm laughing is because yes, we did get the cut we wanted. We got really great peak height. But the reason I'm really laughing is because where I hit that, I almost missed that. That's gonna be dead center of the fairway. I can't wait to see how far it flew, to be quite honest with you. And in terms of movement, wasn't a ton, but on that type of shot, at least on that type of contact, the strike point of that driver, generally the shaft is kicking over and it's gonna duck hook, but that actually did have a little bit of a fade on it. Let's see if we can catch it in the center and see how we move the ball. Oh, it's glorious. Again, a little toe side. Still got some movement, and that is deep. That is really deep. Oh, I'm on cloud 9. I am absolutely on cloud 9 with this setup. One more, again, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more club on the ball and get a little bit more fade. Ooh! It just skirted through the branches. It's like this driver can do no wrong. I thought I was gonna hit that tree. There's branches all over the place, but it caught a little sliver where there was nothing. And yeah, that one did move. So you can get some workability out of this driver, but I do think its strong point is going to be that forgiveness, which 2 of these 3 shots just proved, because they were not center struck. And they're gonna go a very long way. Let's go find them, let's go measure them. Now, a lot of people have asked me about these balls. These are the Legato LTX 3085s. You can buy these things for less than $30 a dozen on Amazon. And when I finally got a chance to hit these things, I thought it was as good as anything on the market. I had been playing a Mizuno ball and a Wilson ball, which I liked both of those balls a lot. But with those balls both where it was a little bit expensive for me, for a lot of mere mortals out there, I would love to keep it under the $30 range. And these balls are soft, they are long, and they are just some of the most premium balls I've ever played with, from basically a direct-to-consumer brand that you can get on Amazon. So they didn't approach me, I approached them. I said, Legato, would you sponsor Let's Play Through and make this the official ball, because I love it so much and I really want to continue to play it. And I go through a lot of golf balls out here, testing a lot of clubs. I need someone who can help me at least shoulder some of the cost and expense of playing these golf balls, and luckily they agreed. I'm so thrilled that Legato is a sponsor of Let's Play Through here in 2024. I've got some links down below if you want to check the balls out for yourself. Talk about a team of shots. I could nearly just throw a blanket over these three. That's absolutely incredible in terms of consistency, with strikes all over the face. And they're all going to be in a good spot here. 228 is that first one. 229 with our second one. Again, both of those shots were off the toe. Here's our best one here at 236. If that's not consistency for you, I don't know what is. All right, well, it's time for me to rank this Ping 10K with my custom shaft setup, but I'll tell you what, the counterbalanced options, both from Ping as well as the Alta CB, both extremely good shaft options available on the 10K. But with this setup, here's how I rank this club. In terms of distance, it's a 5 out of 5. This is as long as anything out there. In terms of forgiveness and consistency, you guessed it, 5 out of 5. It does not get any more consistent than what we just saw in this fairway. That is extremely good when you have different strike points, different places on the face you hit the ball, and it ends up in relatively the same spot. That's incredible to me. If we talk about the aesthetics, this is a place where Ping has historically lagged a little bit for me, especially when it comes to sound. But I've got to say, they fixed the sound here with the 10K. It's a very good looking driver. I'm giving this, again, a full 5 out of 5. And that's the first time I've ever done that for a Ping driver. When it comes to workability, as you saw, this club's not going to be as workable because it is so forgiving, but it does retain a good amount of workability even so. And so for me, I'm giving it 3 out of 5. Last but not least is value. And value of this club, well, I gotta say, it's at towards the top end. But on the flip side, it's also gonna retain its value. Ping clubs retain their value pretty much better than any other club on the market. And they really stand the test of time, in case you ever saw my Ping i2 video on this same channel. So for me, in terms of overall lifetime value, I'm actually gonna give this a 4 out of 5, because if you ever want to get out of it and get into something else, you've got the resale value as well. But I gotta say, I plan on keeping this one for a very long time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it showed you a little bit something about finding the right shaft and head combination for you. I hope you know that the excitement you see is absolutely real. I don't get paid for these reviews in any way. I do them because I love the game of golf, and I love helping people improve and finding the best equipment for them. I think this is likely the best driver of 2024, but there's a couple more I've got to test, so make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss any of our on-course tests here throughout the spring and summer of 2024. I'll catch you back next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.